What's up, guys? This is a new weekly update video on my journey from 0 to 10K a month with an AI automation agency. I've been in this space for 2 years now, but I'm at 2K a month. So my goal is to hit 10K a month this year or next year. Probably going to be next year. Definitely going to be next year. But if we can make it happen this year, it would be awesome. So I started making these videos 6 weeks ago, but as I said, I've been in this journey for 2 years. So I have some experience. And right now I'm targeting content agencies. So I help content agencies scale from 10K to 40K a month plus. So right now, this is a weekly update on what happened last week and the plans for next week. Okay, so in terms of outreach, what I did is very straightforward. I sent out more cold DMs and connection requests on LinkedIn. So that's the current strategy that I'm using to acquire clients. By the way, you can access this Figma board in the link in the description. Okay, so what I did as well was to prepare for a call that I had with an interested prospect. So one guy on LinkedIn said that he was interested and we booked a call. So we had our first call. It's like a discovery call. And then we had our workshop call. So to prepare for the workshop call, what I did was rewatch the discovery call, take notes on everything. So I basically showed the prospect my system and basically asked him a bunch of questions to understand his pain points and understand the struggles that he is currently facing. So I rewatched that call, took all the notes, and I set up a Figma board with, so this is repetitive here, set up a Figma board with deliverables, pricing, and timeline. And this is pretty much the Figma board over here. This one over here. So discovery call, these are all the details from the discovery call, key questions and the answers from the client, from the prospect, current situation and pain points, and then what my product, the content agency OS, can do for him. And we have the development timeline. We have how we're going to handle communication, project management, breakdown on the system, the costs. We have deliverables, the optional maintenance. I could probably change it to operations partner. And then here we have the goals of the system and what's going to bring to my client. So yeah, I set that up. I set it up the Figma board, but I couldn't close the client on a call. So unfortunately, I couldn't close the client, but we booked a follow-up call in 2 weeks. This is repetitive here. Didn't close the client on a call, but we booked a follow-up call in 2 weeks, timed for when they will be in a better position to invest. So the prospect said he couldn't invest the $1,500 upfront for the development of the project. So in 2 weeks, it's going to be in 1 week now, more or less. We're going to have another call where hopefully he already sent me some messages on LinkedIn, so he didn't like ghost me. So hopefully we're going to have a call and hopefully I will be able to close them. Okay. So that's it for outreach. For my existing 2.2K month retainer client, I've worked with him to improve the internal operations Airtable base. So I'm building an internal operations Airtable base for him to use to manage his content agency. So that's really cool. And I had to build that out and improve the system, add more features, etc. And we had our weekly strategy call and catch up. So we have a weekly call on Mondays to catch up on everything and strategize next week. Strategize their week. And then we have, so here for the actual company and brand, what I did, I updated the LinkedIn branding. So if I go over here, by the way, this is the call I had with the prospect. You can see this is me, this is the prospect, and I'm basically showing the system, a demo of the system. So that's cool. So this is the branding of the LinkedIn now. This is the banner. We got Content Agency OS logo over here. Looks very solid to me. So yeah, that's what I did. Then I started watching a bunch of case studies from a YouTube content agency coach, and I took notes on the student wins. So there's this coach called Ayman Arab. and he scaled his content agency to 100K a month or something like that, 92, I believe. And now he coaches um, YouTube content agencies or content agencies in general, but more focused on YouTube, which is exactly my ideal client. So I'm watching a bunch of his case studies to understand how he helped those content agencies go from 5K to 30K, 10K to 50K, etc. So I'm learning a lot there. And there's actually an opportunity to collaborate with this coach, with Eamon, and support his students with operations. Uh, he's already connected with me on LinkedIn. So he sent me a connection on LinkedIn, but I accepted it, but I haven't reached out. But I will this week because his system on Airtable that he helps his students with for operations on the content agency business model, his system is not very uh, good for the. I basically got a copy from the system that he sells because my retainer client, he's a student of Eamon, of this coach. So I asked my client if he could send me the Airtable base that they use to manage their content agency, and he sent me, and it's not very powerful, doesn't use AI, doesn't have automation, has a couple of bugs. So I'm gonna record a video for Eamon showing my demo, my content agency OS, this over here, for Eamon, and to see what he thinks about it. And hopefully in the future I can somehow work with him on his content agency or work with him on his program to help his students with operations, to help his students transition from using Trello or Asana to using the Airtable system. I can help his students with a bunch of stuff there. So yeah, man, it would be awesome. It's just an opportunity. I don't know. I haven't chatted with Eamon. I don't know if it's gonna work. But yeah, another thing I did is I began drafting the pain index for my offer. If you don't know what the pain index is, it's basically a table like this, where you have the dream outcome of your clients in a bunch of rows over here, boom, 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 and then you have the problems. So what pain do they face trying to achieve this dream outcome? What's holding them back? So you have a bunch of problems for dream outcome, and then how to solve the problem. So how you can solve this problem, and then what's the most valuable way you could solve this problem. Okay, so problem, how you can solve this, what's the most valuable way you can solve this, so done for you. And then done with you, what's the high leverage but lower value way you can solve the problem. And then do it yourself, what's the highest leverage you have to deliver for, what's the highest leverage you have to deliver for them. I don't know if that's correctly written, but resources and guides, videos, etc. So this really makes it's an exercise that you sometimes you don't want to do because it takes time. It's kind of boring, but it really helps you understand your offer and understand your clients' dream outcomes and the problems that they face trying to achieve the dream outcomes, so that you can actually understand your client and actually then close them, right? And you can use AI to help you fill out this pain index. So this is really cool, and I started doing this now. And other thing that happened this week is that there was a massive outage across Portugal and other countries on Monday. So there was no energy for 8 hours. So it was crazy. It was crazy, and it kind of fucked me up there on the business because I was strategizing, and mapping everything out for the call with this interested prospect. But the day before, I had no energy. We had no Wi-Fi, obviously. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. So the plans for the next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send more cold outreach. I'm going to improve the content agency OS product. So I'm going to build more MVPs for additional features. I'm going to study sales and improve closing skills on sales calls so that I can close that interested prospect on the next call. I'm going to reach out to the content agency coach, which is Eamon. I'm going to complete the Paint Index. I'm going to set up a contract template so that I have everything professional once I close my first client on this exact product, and keep building awesome systems for my existing client. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the plans for next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found any value. Don't forget to also plan your week, because it's very important. Strategize, execute, and then reach your goals, right? Achieve them. So that's it. And I see you guys in the next week. Peace.